we believe in God, right? We believe in God, but when we get dragged into these churches and start hearing these fucking crazy ass stories about, a man ripping a rib out of his body and creating Eve, we're like, yeah, fucking right. At least I am anyways. Jesus Christ returning one day out of the sky and he's gonna come and save everyone. To this date, I've yet to see anybody fly in the sky unless they're in a plane or a helicopter, period, right? So, how do we make sense of these ancient scriptures in the Bible that the pastors and the priests are totally fucking up and totally confusing everybody? And quite frankly, they don't give a fuck as long as you're living in fear and they get into your pockets, that 10%, right? Which if any pastor or priest is asking for 10% of your money, they are a crook and leave that church immediately, okay? Now, let me break down what the Bible was talking about as far as Jesus Christ returning one day, okay? So, I'm going to give you 3 different things here, and I'm going to go off into Never Neverland Ranch, or actually I shouldn't have said Never Neverland Ranch, but Never Neverland into some Greek mythology, and then I'm going to take us into our brain, and then I'm going to talk about the Bible, okay? So, with that being said, let's go to some Greek mythology. So in Greek mythology, there is a story about Pegasus. Now, keep in mind, the Greek mythology about Pegasus is about a star constellation, okay? So, look it up, Google it yourself. The star constellation in the Greek mythology about Pegasus is about the stars, okay? Period. There's no such thing as Pegasus. It never existed. That's why it's mythology, but there's always some truth to the myth, okay? So, all right, what do we know about Pegasus? So Pegasus is a white horse. Pegasus's father is Poseidon, okay? This makes Pegasus a white seahorse, okay? Now, mentally note that Pegasus is a white seahorse, and Pegasus is a star constellation in the sky, okay? Now, with that being said, inside of your brain, you have what is called a hippocampus, okay? Now, for whatever reason, when they were writing the Stedman's dictionary, and they were naming all of the cranial nerves inside the brain, for whatever reason, they chose Greek names. Why? I don't know why, okay? But the word hippocampus is a Greek word. And what do we know about hippocampus in Greek is that it means seahorse, okay? Now, with that being said, inside of the hippocampus, you have what is called Ammon's horn. Ammon, another word for Ammon is amen, okay? Inside the Bible, Revelations 3:14, it names Jesus Christ as amen, okay? So, what do we have here? We got Pegasus, a white horse, star constellation in the sky. Inside of your brain, you have another white horse because hippocampus in Greek means horse. Now, in Stedman's dictionary, it describes the hippocampus as being a white pigment. So peep this, you got a white seahorse inside of your brain with Jesus Christ, aka Ammon's horn, riding it, all right? These are the names. And when you look at the etymology of the name, this is what it's coming up with. This is not a coincidence, okay? Now, in the Bible, it says, in the sky, when you see the white horse with Jesus Christ, it'll be the sign of the second coming. To this date, again, I have yet to see any man fly without a helicopter or a plane. So we know that there is no logic in a man flying out of that sky to come and save all of us. Ever. Because if he was, he would have came during slavery times, during the Holocaust. He'd come right now with the sex trafficking and the child trafficking and the pedophilia and the filth that fills this goddamn planet. He ain't coming back. And how do we know that? Because in the Bible, it also tells us that Jesus spoke everything in parables. So taking that story literally is the most idiotic thing anybody can do. And I don't mean any offense to anybody, but if the Bible is telling us that Jesus spoke everything in parables, then why are we taking this Bible literally? We shouldn't be. Pastors and the priests, it even says in the Bible that these motherfuckers are the ones that are destroying the vineyard of God. And the vineyard of God ain't at no church. And if you got to tithe your 10% of your money, you're at some crook's house. And they're extorting you of your money and using your fear and your integrity and you just being a good human being against you. And they're lying to you with Santa Claus stories that some man is going to come back and save everyone. Just like they did to you as a child, some man is going to come down your chimney from some flying reindeer to bring you presents. It's not ever going to happen. Never has, it never will. So it's time to start thinking and acting like adults and really doing our homework and stop showing up to these places and goddamn it, stop posting your tweets and your Instagram social media posts on Jesus Christ that, Jesus Christ this, and pushing that agenda with the lie. I'm tired of the signs, Jesus or hell. Jesus or hell. Heaven and hell is in your mind, man. Heaven is here now. For somebody to promise you, heaven after you die, that's like somebody saying, hey man, pay me $700, I'm gonna give you this crib in Malibu right on the beach. But guess what? You ain't gonna get it until after you die, my nigga. So, but yeah, man, $700, house on the beach in Malibu. That's what that shit is, man. So do your homework, do your due diligence. Don't go to church. Go within and meditate. Love.